Atomic Habits, Chapter 6 Review. Motivation is overrated. Cues matters more. You don't wake up and decide to check your phone. You see it and suddenly you're scrolling. You don't plan to snack. You see food and your hand reaches for it. That's not weakness. That's a cue. In Chapter 6 of Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that our habits are rarely driven by motivation or conscious choice. They are driven by cues in our environment, signals that tell our brain what action to take next. If the cue is strong and obvious, the habit follows automatically. Chapter Review. Chapter 6 explains that behavior is a response to cues, and the most powerful cues are visual. James Clear shows that our environment is filled with signals constantly telling us how to behave. We don't think our way into habits. We notice something and our brain responds. When a cue is obvious, the habit feels natural. When it's hidden, the habit fades. That's why a phone on your desk cues distraction. A book on your pillow cues reading. Snacks on the counter cue eating. The habit doesn't start with motivation. It starts with a cue your brain recognizes instantly. James Clear emphasizes that. Successful habit change happens when you design your environment to control your cues. Instead of trying to remember or force a habit, you make the cue impossible to ignore. To build good habits, make the cue visible. Make it obvious. Make it part of your environment. To break bad habits, remove the cue. Hide it. Increase distance between you and it. When the cue disappears, the habit loses its trigger. The key idea is simple but powerful. If you want to change your behavior, change the cues that trigger it. Life nugget. Habits begin with cues. Visual cues are the strongest. What you see shapes what you do. Remove bad cues. Strengthen good ones. Design your environment, not your willpower. Chapter 6 reminds us that most habits don't fail because we lack discipline. They fail because the wrong cues surround us. When you take control of your environment, you take control of the signals shaping your behavior without relying on motivation. But this leads to an important question. If cues start habits, what helps us follow through and repeat them consistently? In the next video, we'll move on to Chapter 7, where James Clear explains how to make good habits easy by reducing friction. Before you go, reflect on this. What cue in your environment is quietly controlling your behavior right now? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.